Good morning. Thought I would show you our project for today. We're actually working on building an indoor hydroponic slash herb garden. Um, my wife and I love to cook, and we thought it would be kind of cool to have an indoor hydroponic herb garden versus the dirt and all the other stuff. So I'll show you where I'm at, and then we'll go forward from there. I'm gonna go ahead and put the camera around here. And what you'll see over there is a bucket on top of a bucket. That is a 5-gallon Home Depot bucket that I purchased. I primered it gray for the simple fact that I'm going to paint it with the Rust-Oleum paint that makes it look like stone. And the reason I'm painting the bucket, people go, why didn't I just buy a gray bucket? The reason I'm painting it is it actually creates a light barrier. I know that the orange bucket doesn't allow a lot of light in, but with hydroponics, you got to be real careful about not allowing light to get into your solution. Hence the reason the bottom is black, the sides are gray. This keeps algae from forming in your solution. And then over here we have the lid. And as I assemble it, you'll see how this goes together a little bit more. The reason for the 4 pipes and the way it looks the way it does. The coolest part is I'm going to show you the bottom of this. If I can, yeah, I can go ahead and pick this up. It's dry. So if you take a look there, that is a bulkhead. That's a 1/2 inch center in the center. I believe it's 1.25 inch outer diameter, and it just kind of seals to the top of the bucket lid there. It'll allow the liquid or the solution after it trickles down through to actually return to that 5-gallon bucket. So that was the reason for that. And then that is where we are with that, and then I will kick the video back on here in just a little bit when I actually go into the assembly of the thing. So talk to you then. All right, so we just got done painting the bucket. I know, like a lot of people said, why didn't I just buy a gray bucket? I'm gonna flip the camera around here and actually show you why we didn't just buy a gray bucket. Considering this is going in the house, I know the sun is kind of bright there, but you can see. I got that kit that makes it actually look like stone. So, yeah, it still resembles a 5-gallon bucket to some extent, but it's got that stone texture to it, so it looks a little more like a planter in a flower pot. So, that's where we're at on this. Just letting it dry here in sunny Florida, and we'll let it dry for a few hours, and then we'll move into getting it assembled and getting it all put together and everything. So that's pretty much where we're at this point, and we'll see you soon. Okay, we're now inside, and there's the bucket. It's been painted. That's going to hold the pump, the air stone, and you can see the little hole there on the top. Maybe I can zoom in a little bit. No, not going to let me zoom. But you can see that little hole is where the air tube will run down for the aerator stone. And then we come up, and you can see the pipes actually connect to this base that I partially purchased and created. The base is actually from a terracotta herb garden kit from herbkit.com, I believe. I actually ordered it through Amazon, but I think their actual website is herbkit.com. And then you see the black bulkheads there. I attached those. The 3 on the outer edge are returns or drains. The one in the middle will be where the water actually comes up, and I'll go over that here in just a moment in the next part. So, but that's where we're at this point. So, moving right along and getting this all put together and looking more and more like a planter. So, all right, and here we have the first layer or level of the herb garden, which will get filled with perlite. The pipe there in the center is 1/2 inch PVC, and what you see attached to it are 1/4 inch drip irrigation lines, and the way I actually connected those, give me just a second here. I don't have any more. I don't think over there. I have that's the herbs actually in the starter kit, getting ready to sprout. But basically, I took the nipples for the 1/4-inch irrigation, and I drilled a 1/4-inch hole in the PVC pipe, and I kind of bored it out just a little bit. Then I slid or snapped the irrigation tips right into the pipe, and the white goop that you see right there. Can I get it to focus in on that? Yeah, that is 3M silicone adhesive. It is made for water and fiberglass. It'll bond PVC and most just about anything you connect it to or put it to. So I use that to kind of seal it up a little bit. You can see I glued each of those in, and then I connected that 1/4-inch tube, and it came out to my irrigation tips that I can adjust the flow on. And again, the pump will connect down there underneath in the bucket, and it'll come up that center line straight up this pipe, and then you'll see the water or the solution that feeds the plants will actually come out those tips at each level. Now I'm going to have to cut the next 2 sections off, and then I'll get some 1/2-inch pipe couplers so that I can reattach them, and then I'm going to put a 1/2-inch PVC cap on the top. But again, none of this other than those fittings are glued together. That makes it easy later on when I need to actually pull it all apart, clean it, or anything like that. If I do get an algae or fungus growth in the solution, it makes it real easy to clean things up and take it apart. But that's where we're at right now on our hydroponic herb garden. And there goes Mater. He's checking out his cage for some reason. Don't know why. Say hi, Mater! So that's where we're at. We're just going to keep moving right along here and keep getting this built. We should have it done soon. Alright, so we're back. I did get everything put together last night to get it all finished up. So here we're going to take a look at it. This is the bucket. Underneath we have a fountain pump that connects to that center pipe. If you can see back here behind the bucket, there's my air pump. You can see the power cord. The little white tube runs up through that hole and connects to an aerator stone just in the solution. Now I'm just using straight water right now. I'm going to run it for a couple of days, make sure everything is good, everything like that. You can see my drip tips there. The perlite is in it. You can see the 3 levels, and you can see it drips every now and then. And as you can see, as I was talking about, the fluid actually returns to the bucket via that bulkhead there. There's one back there in the back. You can kind of see it. And then there's another one on this side. You can't really see it. The counter's kind of in the way. But there's another one right back down back there somewhere. Anyway, there are 3 of them. And they're, and then if you'll take a look here, these will be the herbs that are going into it. Take a look here at my little chart that we made. We have savory, chives, garlic chives, thyme, oregano, sage, parsley, basil, cilantro, marjoram, some more garlic chives, thyme, parsley. So, yep, just some basic herbs to get started, and to keep everything growing. I got the timer there on the wall, and then I got this full spectrum LED. You can see it's a LED full spectrum grow light hanging over the whole setup there. I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera sideways so you can get a better look at the whole entire setup. It's there, and as I said, it's in the kitchen. You can still see I got a little bit of a mess. Yeah, let me talk about that green bag right there. This is going to be our hydroponic solution. This here. I got this on Amazon for about 15 bucks. General Hydroponic, it's a 10, 15, 14. Now, there's another part to this that we're going to be using. As my wife has mentioned in another video to her friends on Facebook, we are huge fans of Living with the Land at Epcot. Huge fans. Love it. It's one of those things that we do every time we go. What they do is they believe in sustainability and so forth like that. And one of their main things that they do there is not only do they grow hydroponically, but they also grow things with fish. And that's a whole nother setup, a whole nother style of hydroponics and so forth. But they use the liquid from the fish to feed the plants. The plants filter out the water returns back to the fish tank, so on and so forth. We didn't go that route. We're going to use the MaxGrow. My brother-in-law, who lives a couple streets up from us, I mean, he's walking distance. He has a very, very large fish tank. He changes about 50 to 60 gallons maybe of water a week, I believe is what he told me. I could be wrong on that number, but in any case, what we're going to do is we're going to get with him when he changes out the fluid, or the water in the tank, and we're going to use that as our base water for the bucket before we add in our hydroponic fertilizer there. So that'll be where we start, and then we'll use that. And as we need to change out the water, he's always got more. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to take his filter pads that he gets, that he changes monthly, and we'll do the same thing. We'll change our filter pads out monthly or so forth, and we'll take those pads and we'll stick those in the bottom of the bucket. Again, adding more nutrients and everything into the solution to make this all work. But there it is. That is the hydroponic herb garden. There it is in the center of the kitchen. I'll probably clean those cords up a little bit, make things look nice over there. But it's right next to the stove. It's right in our cooking area. It may move. Wife and I were discussing that last night. It may move to the corner behind me, back over here, where the dog blanket is, and it's next to the door. It would get a little more natural light coming in in the afternoon from the sun through the patio and then through the screen door. But I can still put the there's one of our Disney pictures. I can still put the grow light here on the wall so that it's got sunlight shining down on it when it needs it. So, yep, thank you for watching the video here, and that is pretty much the rest of the story.